Hi, Dan with Four Oaks Family Homestead. It's kind of hot out here today, just over 100 degrees, it's sunny. I just got done doing the chickens in the chicken tractor. I moved them. I'll show you what their life is like in this 100-degree heat. And then I'm just kind of going to do a little bit of an update. What's going on in on the farm here, the different vegetables and things that are going, how everything's doing. So let me show you what's going on. There's the chickens in the tractor. There's their food. They have 2-gallon size waters, and they have two 2-gallon baths they like to hang out in. So on these hot days, I keep them something for them to dip their feet in and cool off a little bit. I fill these up 3 times a day, at 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then right before dark at 8:30 or so. And all 64 of them are in here right now, and they're warm, but this seems to keep them kicking when they can step in that cool water and cool down a little bit. What do you guys think? What do you think? No complaints. Alright, now I'm down by the other chicken coop. It's the sorghum field and the corn field. Now our corn is kind of brown. It all tasseled out before the ears came up. So I don't know what's going on. I've kept watering it every 3 days, but it's not happy. So there's a failure, I suppose. I'm going to replant this fall. The thing that's doing good though is our sorghum. That's where I'm at right now. This stuff is a good 6 to 10 feet tall, depending on where we're going. You can see we got a lot of sorghum. Now, this is all sugar drip sorghum. Also got a lot of grasshoppers in it, which is the issue here, I suppose. But it does seem to be doing pretty well, all things considered. So that was pretty nice. This is definitely a hot weather hardy crop, so we might be doing okay here anyway. I'll show you the rest of the garden in a second. Alright, here I am at the main garden. We got some successes and some failures this year. A lot of our lettuce rows, which would be right along here, I let it grow up in grass and the weeds took over, but the lettuce was bolting, so that's why I kind of let that one go. I do have some lettuce going to seed right now, which I'll show you. We're saving the seeds for, they're right here. Saving the seeds for that. And next year we'll have all of our own lettuce, actually even this fall too. It's gonna be grown in the greenhouse, which is behind me there. We'll go check that out after this garden. So I'll show you what's going on in the garden here. Right here you'll note this has been dug up. These were the potatoes. We got about 15 pounds of potatoes. Right here, these are all onions, which are ready to come up. They're ready, so I just need to pull them out of the ground here. Take a look. I got a whole lot of onions that are about 2 inches wide. French, all of them about the same size. Alright, well here's a sweet potato patch. I gotta kind of hurry up. My phone's getting overheated out here. It keeps turning off. This sweet potato patch is doing really good. I've weeded around most of the sweet potatoes, and there are some big sweet potatoes in there. So that's comforting, helpful. This is a tomatillo, which I have not weeded, and it's doing pretty well. It's all sprawled on the ground. There's one that I have kind of weeded, lifted up. And here's our tomatoes that are just fighting grasshoppers. They're all over them, and they are hot and overheated as well. Some have tomatoes, some don't, so we'll just have to wait till it cools down to get much more production out of them. There's 2 rows of tomatoes here as well, and these I am doing an experiment. One side, the further side, I have trimmed the suckers off, and the ones on this side closest to us I have not trimmed, let them go natural, and we'll see which one does better. So far they're just bushes and they haven't done a whole lot of production yet, but later in the season it's supposed to be where is when it'll cool down and we'll have better tomato production. So that's kind of it out here. I have some carrots I've gone to seed. I'm collecting the seed on these guys as well. That's this. And I do have some blister beetles that are starting to show up. Black beetles. And killing them as I see them. Some of them over here in the sweet potatoes. I killed a few of them here. A couple were over on their cucumbers, which are just letting vine on the ground here and here. So I found a couple in there as well, and I've killed them. But I did have a cucumber here today. It was ready, so that's nice. I have a couple more that I've set up. I pulled one yesterday. So we're just praying that these do well. Be nice to have enough for it to do a few jars of pickles for the year. But that's it out here in the garden pretty much. Not much going on besides just the sweet potatoes, tomatoes, got tomatillos going, the onions, which we're gonna pull, and then one last row of garlic, which we gotta pull yet. And the last spot I wanted to bring you was here in the greenhouse, the hoop house, high tunnel, however you want to call it. Got quite a bit going on in here. It's a bit warm in here. I have both the front door open, see behind me, and this window has been open pretty much the entire time. I have it upside down, so the top is a screen door or a screen window, and I left that open so it will air out the hot air for the most part. Should be going in here. There's lots of stuff, but again, it's kind of warm to be producing much, but we're still getting some good amount of vegetables out here. I'll show you. Here next to the door is Lindsay's Meyer lemon, and here we have 3 different varieties of peppers. These are all hot peppers. This is a yellow Tabasco pepper. We have a cayenne here. Haven't seen peppers on yet, and this guy here hasn't even bloomed yet. I don't know what kind of pepper he is. We'll find out. We have a little sweet lemon pepper down here that Jacob likes those, so we're growing those. This is our 2 peach trees. They are doing okay, not great, but not horrible either. A little blueberry plant down there. This is our big blueberry plant. This was my experiment to see if they would do well in the greenhouse, and this guy is thriving. He loves it here, so I'm going to bring the other blueberry plants in here as well. Alright, so here we have peppers. Peppers are doing good. That's an Anaheim, or I used to say it's an ancho. Another ancho here. 2. These are coral orange peppers, sweet peppers. Another sweet pepper here. This guy is a red roaster pepper. Not any flowers yet. There's another red roaster. Basil loves it in here. Basil here. Little cherry tomato. I've been keeping this guy growing because we have a turtle that's coming in here, kind of hanging out every now and again, and I've been letting him come in. Hopefully he'll eat some bugs. He can have his cherry tomatoes as they ripen up on the ground down there. You'll notice there's a few orange ones. There's orange cherry, by the way. We have a little another little jalapeno pepper here. And over here we have a couple of bell peppers, and this is a California red pepper. Got quite a few of them on there. Still setting up a bunch of them. Over here we have our cole crops. We have cabbages, purple, white cabbage there, and there. We have broccoli in the corner along the back wall there. All the way along there is all broccoli. I wish they would flower. It's about time for them to do it. And then for these little pots, we do have some Dinosaur Kale. See, there. That's nice. Here we have a couple of zucchinis. These aren't doing much. It's too hot for them here to set up flowers for whatever reason. And these are elderberries. That one. They got kind of burnt. I brought them in the greenhouse initially because they weren't doing well outside either, but they're coming back really strong now, so happy about that. We do have some Roma tomatoes here and here. Again, a little bit warm for them yet. To get toward fall, they'll start setting up and hopefully flourishing there. So that's how things are going in our garden greenhouse. It's work in progress. It's our second garden here. Bit of a struggle, but we're trying our best. Lord willing, we'll have a decent crop and be able to keep greens growing all year long with this hoop house. And I would like to have tomatoes and peppers late into the fall this year. So that's our goal. We have a lot of things we put up already, which is nice. A lot of onions, some potatoes, and garlic. And we hope to have another bunch of garlic and onions as well here real soon. And we are going to do a fall crop. Fall crop, we'll be planting carrots, more cole crops, more zucchini, And we're gonna do a fall crop of corn this year, so we'll see what happens there. Who knows? It could turn out well, or it could not. So we'll just have to watch and see.